it's putting you in a confident state of mind where you are the one who's in power, as opposed to thinking this person has so much power over your happiness, over your well-being, over your joy, over your peace of mind. So let's get you in a more confident state where you can start getting the results that you deserve. I do want to say I did film a lot of videos this morning. There were a lot of success stories, so do look forward to a lot of pre-recorded videos as well as some more vacation videos, travel videos on Ecuador. And I also have some Costa Rica videos, some videos from when I was in Mackinac Island in Michigan. So lots of exciting things to look forward to on the channel. And these things are meant to make you happy, meant to put you in a good state of mind, because that is exactly how you're going to attract this specific person. You're going to attract them because you're feeling good, because you're feeling joy-filled. It's because of all of that. It's not because you're going to be sitting around saying affirmations all the time. It's because you're going to be living life and feeling good. So don't be afraid to watch things that are non-law of attraction related, non-specific person related. In fact, you should be watching other stuff. You shouldn't just be totally consumed with them. Okay, so let's ask some questions. I do have some questions that were submitted by email. If you are looking to have your question answered live, I do keep track of them. So far, no one's asked a question, so let's see if I have anything good in my catalog of questions. Let's see. I gotta pull them up. Oh, where did I put them? I thought I was prepared. I guess not. Oh, here we go. So here's a question. Sort of getting addicted to the idea of manifesting as opposed to actually experiencing the result. So let's talk about that for a moment. A lot of times when you learn about the law of attraction and you learn about this idea of attracting a specific person, you get addicted to techniques. Like, you got to learn about all these new techniques and which technique is going to work for you. And especially if you haven't seen results yet, you keep searching for techniques. It's like you become addicted to this idea of manifesting instead of just receiving. So I would say less is more. I think that you need to live it, breathe it, walk it, talk it, not necessarily search for new techniques, because honestly, there are plenty of people who are getting their specific person that aren't actually doing a single technique at all. And I don't think that your life should be spent doing techniques. Like, what kind of living is that? You just need a belief within yourself, determination. It isn't necessarily about positivity, though positivity is a lot more enjoyable than obviously negativity. It puts you in a state of doing something, going somewhere. But I don't think that positivity alone is what manifests something. And that's why there's plenty of positive people that aren't getting results. So if you want to be the kind of person who's getting results, it's time to step out of the place of manifesting and into the place of receiving. Okay, so let's take a question. How do you ignore your current reality? Well, by not actually ignoring it, by accepting it. And I know that this can seem strange, because you say to yourself, well, why do I want to accept lack? Why do I want to accept the current reality? I don't want this current reality, so why on earth would I accept it? And you're not accepting lack. You're not saying, you know what, I'm okay with how it is right now. You're acknowledging that, you know what, this is how reality is right now. And it's okay, because it can change. Like, it doesn't have to stay this way. So I'm not going to get hung up on resisting the current moment. I'm just going to be okay with how things are right now, seeing hope for what can be. So ignoring the current reality is about acceptance. It's about seeing hope for the future. And it's about seeing a better outcome. Even though that outcome hasn't happened yet, it's saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this current moment. The moment I prefer may not be here yet, but it can be here. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows what's going to happen in an hour from now? Who knows what's going to happen in 6 months from now? But I'm not going to sit around waiting. The current reality may be how it is. And you know what? It's frustrating, and I wish it was different. But I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to let it suck all the joy from me. There's plenty of other things I can be joyful about. So try to focus on your strengths, not the weaknesses. How do you change your subconscious beliefs? I think by just focusing on new stuff. Again, I don't think the subconscious is something that's elusive or in control of you. I think that it's something that you can have work in your favor, because it's an extension of you. So why reject it in any way? And I do want to say I am wearing a sundress today. It's January and it's like 20 degrees here in Chicago, but I'm wearing a sundress because I can, because it makes me feel good. So do things, maybe they're off the wall a little bit, be a little quirky, be a little different, like just have fun. It's January. I don't have to be in sweats and grumpy. I can be happy and wearing a sundress, even though it's 20 degrees out. Okay. I love you. Well, I love you. Thank you. How do we set an intention with the universe, and what does it mean if we see our specific person's name and birth date everywhere? Well, I think a lot of times when you're trying to attract a specific person, you will see reminders of them. Now, I don't think signs mean you are closer to the goal, because I have manifested plenty of goals where I saw no signs at all. And I've seen signs for things that don't end up manifesting in that moment. So I think signs are just fun. They're fun forms of encouragement. They make you happy. They make you feel good. They make you be reminded of your specific person. But I don't think that you should rely on signs, or you should say, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing a sign, so I must be doing something wrong. And I don't think they necessarily mean you're close either. I think you should always feel like you're close, even if you don't see a sign at all. So have that closeness be something you feel from within, like I'm doing it, not the sign isn't telling me I'm close. I'm telling me I'm close. Now, how do you set an intention? Sounds so complicated, doesn't it? Like setting an intention, like it's this big, huge process. Like you got to do it in a certain way. Setting an intention is just saying it would be awesome if this happened. Like, for example, for me, it would be awesome if I had 100,000 subscribers. I don't right now. So I'm not, I don't want to ignore the current reality and say, I reject the fact that I only have, I think it's like 23,000, something like that. I don't want to reject that and ignore that. No, I embrace that. I am thankful for those 23,000 because it'll get me that much closer to 100,000. And, that's, what is that, like 77 more thousand to go? That's a lot. But that's okay. Like, it'll happen and I don't have to wait years. I feel like it could happen overnight, but I'm not going to get like hung up on it. Like my intention is it would be lovely to do this. It would be lovely to go to Australia. I would love to go to Australia. I have no idea when that's going to happen or when I would find the time to do that. It seems kind of expensive, but it would be amazing. Like I would love to experience that. I would love to have children. I would love to get married. Like I want to get married too. Like, I would love to have these things happen, but I'm not going to sit around saying, my life is crap. No, because I don't have these things. It's crap because it's January in Chicago. It's crap. No, I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to wear my sundress and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to try to make the most of today. And that's how I've built up my life. Like my life was not always easy. I lived a really hard life. I lost both of my parents by a young age. My father died when I was 6 months old. My mother died when I was 24. I was in an abusive relationship for 5 years. I struggled with money. I lived paycheck to paycheck. I was waitressing like 80 hours a week, like really hard, brutal work. And it's interesting because when I was waitressing, I actually had all of this knowledge in classical piano. I didn't think that I was worth enough to teach it. It's strange because people would say to me, why are you waitressing? Why are you doing this? You've been studying classical piano since you were 5 years old. Why are you doing this? And I didn't think that I could. Like I didn't believe within myself that I was worth being able to teach. And it finally did dawn on me that I was able to do more, and I went back to school. And I think that you need to first see yourself capable of embodying the thing that you seek. And that's when your life gets better. And I want everyone to know that I did not always have good things. I had a lot of years where I was living in lack, like bankruptcy. In fact, I filed bankruptcy twice. Twice. Who does that? And actually, no, 3 times. I forgot about the third time. Well, there's chapter 7 and chapter 13, and I filed one of them twice, and then the other one, the other one, I forget which is which. But I was trying to save my house from foreclosure. I did this twice when I was living in Florida, twice, and then another one to wipe out all of my debts. And you know what? I was not in a good position financially. I was not in a good position in my love life. I had guys disrespecting me, guys not want to be with me, guys tell me that they could never love me. that I wasn't lovable, that I was basically trash. And once I started changing my belief within myself, that's when things started to get better. So it's a process. If you're going through a hard time right now, I want you to know it can get better. And it gets better by embracing this current moment and by seeing all the possibilities in it. Okay, so how do we know when to stop manifesting? You're always manifesting. So I guess this person is asking when to stop consciously manifesting. Well, I think you're always manifesting again. Maybe this person is asking in terms of visualizations and affirmations. I think that they are great. They're fun, especially when you first learn about this way of thinking. They are super fun, but they should never become your life. They should never become an obsession. They should never be something that you are living to do. They should be an extension of you. They should put you in good energy. I mean, why do we visualize? We visualize and say affirmations because it's going to make us feel good, put us in an abundant feeling. We don't do it so that can be the substance of our life. We do it to put us in a good energy, to follow it throughout the day. So I think that if you're going to say affirmations, you're going to do these things, look at it as that and do it when you feel intuitively that it's part of you. Like, wow, it'd be great to visualize right now because that's my time with the universe. That's my putting in my requests. But I'm not going to say I have to do it every single morning when I wake up at this time and I got to visualize this exact scenario because then it puts all this anxious energy on it. You feel strained, you feel locked in, like that doesn't feel good. So I want you to know that these things, these techniques are so that you get into a good feeling. They're not to drag you down. They're not to suck the life out of you. They're not to make you feel bad. And if you want to get your specific person, you got to embrace you. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have fun in this current moment. Having fun in this current moment is not signaling to the universe that you no longer need your person. It's not giving up. It's not moving on. It's not moving away from your desire. It's actually moving closer to your desire because this person's going to come to you when you are totally you. Independent, wonderful. You are embracing all of your flaws. You're embracing all the things you love about yourself. You're just embodying you. Okay. So people are saying nice things. I make my specific person think of me or dream about me? Sure. But don't put it in that context. Don't say, I got to make this person think of me. Like, that sounds so controlling, just yucky. Like, you want to say, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if this person started thinking about me all the time? What if they started dreaming about me and having really good dreams? And what if they told me all about it? Like, doesn't that sound much better? So if you want this person to think about you, be reminded of you, want to be with you, daydream happily on these ideas, say to yourself, ooh, this would be nice. Like right now, I can think of things that I would love to have happen. I'm not going to get obsessed with them. Like I would love to lecture in front of a crowd of people. I have no idea how that's going to happen. Like I would love to be on stage and like answer questions live in person. No idea. Like I wouldn't even know who to contact. I have no idea. That would be super cool, right? So I'm just going to say, wow. And then imagine myself for a moment actually doing it. And then just go back to what I was doing before, which was answering your questions. So that's what an intention is. That's what a daydream is. That's when the universe is listening because that's a pure thought. It's a pure feeling. It's like, wow, this would be cool. I'd love to have this be part of my story, part of my path, part of who I am, part of what I'm experiencing. So really get into the mindset of, wow, this would be cool. What if I randomly found $1,000? What if my specific person just became obsessed with me, but in a good way? Like obsession isn't always a good thing. And a lot of times, like you open up Pandora's box and like this person is obsessed with you and then you no longer want them. That's not good either. So be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. So really think on things. Like don't act out of desperation. Say to yourself, I would love to have a wonderful, strong relationship. See what the potential of this relationship could be, whether it's reconciling or forming a new relationship with someone. But know that you deserve companionship. You're not supposed to be alone. If you're alone right now, it doesn't have to last forever. I've coached many of people who are no longer alone now, and many people are trying to get there, trying to get their person. But it can happen. It really can happen. Can I get another chance after I ruined it and he has blocked me? Yes. Even if you ruined it to such a degree that you are so embarrassed and so ashamed, just say to yourself, I'm not going to repeat those same mistakes. I'm just not. I'm going to be different now. I'm going to be more sure of myself. I'm going to be less obsessed, less desperate. I'm going to feel less need to over contact them. I think we've all been there. I know I've been there where you contact someone like 1,000 times. It's awful. We've all been there. We've all made that mistake, but you can rise above those things. Like, you don't have to be forever like guilty, forever feeling bad that you did these things. You can surpass them and be a stronger person, and you can receive better things. I am seeing 1111 frequently last couple days. Does this have a specific meaning? Okay. So in terms of seeing ones, I think this means angel wings, something like that. It's supposed to be like a lucky symbol. Now, I always say to not necessarily rely on these things. Like, I remember when, what was it, November 11th was around the corner. It's interesting, November 11th is my cat Rocky's birthday. So, but people were like saying, this is the creative day, this is the manifestation day. I am more in tune with my creative powers today because it's 11/11. I don't think that it makes you any stronger. Like, I feel like this moment is just as strong as any 11/11 moment. I think all the power comes within you, and that you shouldn't rely on outer things to give you your power. Your creative power is yours. It has never gone anywhere. It may feel like it has escaped you, but it hasn't gone anywhere. Embrace your creative power. Sure, it's cool to see 11/11. It's fun. I like when I see it, but it's not a sign that, you're any luckier than you were a moment ago. You're always lucky. You're as lucky as you make yourself be. You are capable of being whatever you can be. You can never see an 11/11 and still be a lucky person. Like, numbers just have meanings that we associate to them. They are not in and of themselves lucky. You are the lucky one. And I think the more that you can embrace your oneness, your ability to know you are the universe isn't out there like granting you things. It's not an entity saying you can have this if you do this, or you can't have this. It's you. You're the substance of creativity, of dreams, of miracles. And the more that you can realize that, the easier you can get your specific person, the easier that you can get that cash, your debts paid off, your ability to travel, your ability to get married, and the most beautiful wedding ever. 1 year of no communication. How can I receive a text from my specific person? I always do the meditation. Well, I think you need to just start living, because think about it. If you're always meditating to get this text, then it's like you've said, that's my life. My life is manifesting. My life isn't actually receiving. So it's almost like you need to just change things up a little bit, and especially for people that have been trying for a long time. Change it up. You can't expect to keep doing the same thing and getting a different result. Like, you can't. I mean, think about it. If you wanted to lose 20 pounds, you change what you eat, right? You would start exercising in a different way. And sometimes it's an interesting analogy, because a lot of times when you exercise a lot, you have to vary up your exercises because your body sort of gets used to certain exercises that don't necessarily work in the same way they used to. So I think that varying things up, keeping things new and fresh, welcomes in change. If you want this person to contact you, imagine that they have considered it. Imagine they're on the same team as you, the same page. See your values, see your worth, see your awesomeness, and just allow it to come to be. You don't have to do a meditation every single day. You don't have to keep doing that same meditation. In fact, I would kind of put it to rest a little bit and say, you know what? I've done this meditation every day. I've done more than enough. Now it's time that this person starts doing something for me and to attract me. Flip the positions of power. She says she has no feelings for me, and now I'm acting desperate. Got to stop acting desperate. If someone says they have no feelings for you, say to yourself, well, that's this current moment, and maybe things will be different in the future. But I'm not going to force this person to have feelings for me. I'm not going to prove why they should. I'm just going to say to myself, you know what? I am worth someone having feelings for me. And imagine that you have a million different options and that you're choosing the person that is perfect for you. Give this person some competition. A lot of times when you just present yourself to a person and you're like, I am ready whenever you want me. Like, you're just giving yourself to someone. Like, that's not exciting. That's not, that's kind of, it's taking all the fun out of it. Like, you can't just be so waiting and available. Like that gives out sort of a desperate vibration. So you need to say, you know what? I'm going to choose who's best for me instead of the other way around. Again, don't feel hopeless because you're not hopeless. You're not helpless. You are amazing and someone needs to fight for you. If they say they don't have any feelings for you, really take time to work on yourself and see why someone can have feelings for you. At first, it was all good. I was feeling she likes me. As I started to do stuff, the things went wrong. She started giving me mixed signals and started ignoring me. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. But you know what? Whenever this happens, a lot of times when we like someone, things are going really well at first. We tend to make the mistake of losing ourselves in them. It's like we lose our identity and we think about this person too much. They consume our world. We start depending on them for happiness and for peace of mind. If you can pull back a little bit, regain your awesomeness, that's when the person stops ignoring you. That's when the person decides, hey, wait a second, I don't want to lose you, instead of the other way around. The more desperate you act, the more consumed you act, the more you think about this person. Because think about it, when you initially attracted this person into your world, you weren't thinking about them all the time. Like they probably just appeared as a natural extension of what you were already doing. So don't lose yourself. Don't lose your worth. Self-love is all about recognizing you have value. How do you feel when the manifestation is close? Honestly, when you're close to something, it feels natural. It feels like it was going to happen all along. It just feels like part of your truth, part of your story, part of who you are. Kind of like you know your own name, you know your birthday, you know your history. It feels just like truth. I don't know how else to put it. And I think that it's like a balancing act. You want to think about it just enough in love and excitement. But you don't want to become obsessed with it. You want a balanced life. Think in terms of balance. You know how much time you spend on each aspect of your life. You don't want to become consumed with one area. It always ends up backfiring. So you want to think in terms of, this is my fun time. This is my time to learn and grow. This is my time for love. This is my time for health. This is my time for money. Like, have all these different aspects. Have them all balanced. And I really think that multitasking in terms of getting to a goal, in terms of getting to a specific person, any type of goal, is that you want to embrace all aspects of your life. I know some people say that you should only focus on one goal at a time, but I don't think so because then you tend to get more obsessed. You want to focus on all areas because they're all connected. I contacted him after a couple of months and the communication picked up for a couple of days, then poof. I met someone new that I like, but I don't want to let my old flame go. I would try to live in the moment, and this kind of goes to anyone in any type of situation. Live in the moment. Don't overwhelm yourself. What feels good right now? If you met someone new you liked, enjoy it. Like they came into your life for a reason. Just because you're hanging out with this new person does not mean that you've let your old person go. Like maybe there's a different time and place to be with your old flame. But right now, if you've got someone in your life, enjoy it. Enjoy it. I am so lucky to have come across my twin flame, but things are a bit strained. I've done everything necessary. Wish me luck. Well, you know what? I'm wishing you luck, but you don't need luck. You just need belief within yourself. If you have come across who you believe to be your twin flame, just enjoy it. I mean, why wouldn't you be allowed to be with this person? Try to feel like love is on your side, life is on your side. And you can give labels like twin flames, soulmates, whatever you like. I don't really give labels like that so much because why complicate things if you feel this connection towards someone? Just enjoy it, embrace it. What if my ex is married? Well, that's an interesting question. I mean, I think that relationships are changing all the time. If you want to manifest them, you could be waiting. It's really up to you. A lot of times, if someone is currently taken, you don't want to be like sitting around waiting right now and putting your life on hold and waiting for them to become available right now. Say to yourself, it would be awesome if I could be with this person at some point. And I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm not going to put my life on hold because a lot of times you hear success stories, people getting married who they were originally married to other people, or maybe they were attached in relationships. And then the right moment came along where they ended up being with one another. And they always felt like they were meant to be. It happens. So I think you should never put your life on hold. And this goes for manifesting a specific person, for manifesting pretty much anything. You do not want to become fixated, obsessed. You do not want to think your life is imperfect until this particular thing happens. Like, you want to nurture what you want with love, your goals, your romantic goals. You want to nurture it with love. You want to feel good right now. You want to give reasons why you can be with this specific person. So say to yourself, I am amazing. Maybe I have flaws. Maybe I have things that I want to improve upon, but I am lovable right now. Right now in this moment, I do not need to prove anything to anyone. Be careful not to prove yourself in your mind with this person. A lot of times we will argue, especially when we want something so badly. Like, we'll argue with this person, whether it's an ex or a specific person. You should be with me. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have said that because this, blah, blah, blah. And you just find yourself arguing. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's all in your head. And that doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make you feel peace. Whenever you feel the urge to argue with this person, take a break. Take a breather. Say to yourself, I'd rather just send this person love. Yes, I wish this wouldn't have happened, or I wish this could have gone differently. But who knows what the future can bring? How to remove a third party by not even focusing on them at all. Third party. I'm sure there's a gazillion videos on a third party. I really don't make many. I did recently make a third party video because it is something people ask me all the time. But honestly, if you focus on you and this other person, then by default, the third party just goes away. So why are we focusing on meditations to remove a third party? It kind of takes away your value. Because again, you can only think about one thing at a time. So why are you thinking about removing a third party when you could be thinking about love and joy and happiness? And my cat Padme wants to be on camera. She just came in. It's Padme. I love my cats. I know they're frequently in the videos, and you may not be a cat lover, you may like cats, but they love to photobomb. They are silly, and this is Padme, and she's part of my joy. You know, animals are amazing. Even if you've never considered being an animal person, honestly, they give so much unconditional love, and that's the thing I love about animals. Is they unconditionally love you. And we can learn so much from the way that they love because it's so genuine, it's so pure, it's so calming. They don't ask for anything in return. They just exude love. And that's what's so wonderful about them. They can make you so happy. Like, cats can comfort you, dogs can comfort you. Animals are beautiful and amazing. I will see my specific person in traineeship in a few weeks. How should I act? We know each other. Last year I asked him out. He said he is busy. Okay. You should act normal. You should be yourself. Don't conform to try to be something else other than you. Embrace all of your awesomeness. And this advice goes for anyone being around their specific person. Don't try to be anything. Don't play hard to get. Don't be elusive. Don't think that you can't let them see you be happy. Just be you in all of your amazing, awesome glory. Don't try too hard. Don't overthink it. Like, if you're around this person, don't overthink it and say, well, I have to do this. I have to say this. I have to not say enough of this. Otherwise, it won't work out. Feel like you are drawn to doing and saying all the right and wonderful things, and it'll work out perfectly. And again, a lot of times we assume if something hasn't happened by a certain point that we're doing something wrong. But things happen in little stages, and they happen in little bits. And like I said, I was talking about things happening naturally, that, you know, you have to go through the process of it happening. You have to always believe that you're on the right path. Imagine yourself walking down a road, and maybe you can't see the goal, but you know you're on the right road. And maybe the road's bumpy sometimes. Maybe it starts raining. Maybe it's pretty. Maybe you see a rainbow. You know, maybe you have some encouragement, but you're still on that road walking, and just embrace it. How to let go and trust. Letting go and trusting is believing that you are worth these experiences. So if you're looking for something tangible to do, boost up your faith within you and your faith within being able to receive good things. Look to your past for any sort of evidence, because I'm sure you've received at least something good at some point in your life. Even if you've had sort of a really unlucky life, you can at least think of one moment that really made you feel like you shined. And look at that for trust and love, and just trust that you are the universe. Like, you don't have to have faith in the universe, have faith in you. Like, don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just have fun, enjoy, take baby steps towards a better outcome, a better life. Letting go is not about saying, I'm okay if this happens or doesn't happen. That's not what letting go is. Letting go is moving ahead with your life, which some people think is moving on, and it's not. Moving ahead is moving ahead to a place where you can actually get the result. So you don't want to stay stuck. You don't want to think, I have to grip onto this current moment, or this person will never want to be with me, or I will lose my desire for this person, or I'll never feel about this way, wonderful way about this person ever again. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to move ahead to a place where you can receive a new result. Okay, how to stop being desperate. Make a conscious decision. Desperation does not make you manifest. If you read a ton of success stories, you will always read that this person says, I stopped being desperate. You never read a success story that says, I was desperate and then my result came. That doesn't happen. It just doesn't. It's never happened in my life before. It doesn't happen in the movies. When people are desperate, they have more to be desperate about. You know, it's like when it's raining and then the car pulls up and like throws water on them, or, you know, unlucky things happen. That's what desperation breeds. So say to yourself, I am going to be strong. I'm going to be me. This is going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to be with this person, but boy, I love thinking about them. It is an amazing thought. I'm also going to do my own thing. I'm going to believe in myself. Okay, so I am Veronica. I was happy to be with you today. Look forward to new and exciting videos. I am back to regular work for coaching. VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. My website is VeronicaIsles.com. I am happy to do a session with you. And I am wishing you all the best. Do subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000. I want to get to that number. And then, you know, when I get there, I'll probably say I want to get to 200,000. But one step at a time. You know, I have many goals and dreams too. And I'm just going to, like I said, enjoy it, wear my sundress on a January day and make the most of today. Have a lovely day. I do have 5 ebooks available on Amazon. Subscribe to my channel. Do it. Make your dreams happen. And have an amazing rest of your day. And I'm wishing you all the best.